What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bite This here on WWE.com. Kevin Kelly, Dr. Tom Pritchard, joined this week in studio by a very special guest. We're honored to have Tommy Dreamer here with us. Tommy, how you doing?
Always a pleasure to be here, my friend. How are you?
Doing well, thank you very much. The road to WrestleMania certainly has been a rocky one over the last few weeks. A lot of interesting things happened this past week on Raw and SmackDown. We'll run down all the goings-on. We'll get you updated on what matches have been announced. We'll get Tommy's thoughts on the whole situation with Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar. Preview some of the matches at WrestleMania. Plus, Tom, we're also going to talk a little bit about Girls Gone Wild. We have to talk about that as well.
Boy, let me tell you, I had a couple girls go wild last night when I wanted to try and order that thing, man. But you know what? I understand Tommy Dreamer was a willing viewer, and I want to hear your thoughts on Girls Gone Wild last night, man.
Girls actually did go wild. I thought it was great. Snoop Dogg and Test were a very interesting mix together. I would maybe like to see Snoop Dogg on Raw. Because he's a big fan of Test, and the testicle cam they had was a special type of cam.
What about that Nydia Tori?
There was
did they show the puppies?
Nydia teased it and then healed the crowd, and the people in South Padre Island were very, very upset.
Yeah.
Tori always willing, and they showed the cover of her in Playboy, and you all right?
Yeah.
They were going to, she was right about to show her puppies.
Yeah.
And Nydia hit her with a chair, and there was a big fight, and they got kicked out of the club. And then Stacy and Test continued the debauchery, and it was more like Test Gone Wild, I think.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. What about Coach? Did Coach score last night? What?
Yeah, Coach was, if anyone out there really does know Coach like we all know Coach, that was a perfect position for Coach to be in. There was one segment where he was in a hot tub full of about 12 girls. No. What? 12 girls going wild, and Coach was just in all his heyday. He did a hell of a job, but at times he had to kind of be like the heel because he was trying to actually keep some sort of continuity with the show. You know, they had times, and he was kicking girls off when they were, doing things to microphones, and there was a whole lot of things I never thought I'd see on a pay-per-view, but it lived up to its billing of Girls Gone Wild.
For Christ's sake.
Wow,
everybody's getting excited over there. Is that on your lap?
Going wild. We'll be talking to Randy Orton a little bit later on here on Bite This. Randy, of course, bitten by the injury bug once again. We'll get an update on Randy's physical condition, timetable for his return, and his thoughts surrounding the injury, what indeed happened, because it didn't happen in a televised event. Happened in Reading, Pennsylvania recently. Was that an event that you were?
No, I was not at that show, but I did speak to the Dudleys right after that. And that's what's one of the best things about WWE House Show. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's you never see that stuff on television. I mean, guys do get hurt, but let's say if it was Randy Orton's match, that's why you got to come to all the house shows.
That's right. Plus, Tom, let's mention right off the bat, Distant Voice here wants to know, he was one of the ones that submitted the 101 names.
Right.
Last week you announced a winner.
Yes, and I have it in a folder, I think, that we took home last week, and I thought I gave it to Matt Duda, but we will have it again, and we will get in touch with the winner.
We did choose one winner.
Yes.
Dr. Tom did choose one winner. Distant Voice, sorry it wasn't you.
Man.
But thanks again to all the entrants, everybody who put all their time, effort, and energy into that very interesting contest, as we found out the knowledge of some of what fans knew about some historical names in the wrestling business.
Sure.
Sweet. I
Yeah,
wish I was
very
part
nice.
of it.
It would have. I bet Tommy would have done really well.
Done real good.
I think Tommy would have done excellent. Again, it wasn't all the way back to the beginning of the century, but it was enough to get some idea of what our forefathers and the guys before us came and did, and why they did it, and how they did it.
It sure did get a lot of people talking. What are some of your earliest memories, Tommy, of watching wrestling on TV as a kid? I'm sure that you were probably,
I was
below 10 years old,
yes.
watching WWF.
I was 8 years old, actually, and the Rangers were playing the Canadians on Channel 9, and the game got snowed out, and they interrupted the program with Bob Backlund versus the Bulldog Brower, and I was in awe watching my television. It was the first time I ever saw wrestling, and I was hooked from there, so it was that's a very, very early memory.
Now, Tommy, you just recently completed a stint as part of the writing team. I would imagine that had to be a pretty cool experience. Give us a summation of it all.
It was cool. It was an honor. It was the creative team. On top of the McMahons themselves, I believe they work harder than any other person I've ever met. They're 24 hours a day working. and it was a great experience, and hopefully he'll be able to do it again in the future.
I know you learned that, of course, they do put a lot of time into it as well, but fans of the internet, they like the product, they may not like the product,
right.
but take us inside if you can and tell us, the effort is certainly there. Did you philosophically, did everything come across? Did it seem like everything's moving in a very positive manner?
Oh yes, especially you're looking towards WrestleMania. I think everything creatively right now is being pushed towards WrestleMania and beyond, and I think everyone right now is on the right track.
Tom, what do you think? Let's talk about the road to WrestleMania, because I would say that it was last week, Hurricane's upset win over The Rock, the biggest upset in the last 10 years on Raw, rivaling with 1, 2, 3 Kid over Razor Ramon. What is this going to do? First of all, what is this victory going to mean for the Hurricane? How is this going to change his life and his career? Because it was something that took the 1, 2, 3 Kid from obscurity and propelled him towards superstardom.
Oh, I think that The Rock certainly has enjoyed the interview segments, the promo segments they've had the last couple of weeks, but I think Hurricane has really raised his stock somewhat. In fact, just by getting a victory over The Rock, doesn't matter how he did it. The fact is, he did it. He has a victory over The Rock, and it will forever be known that Hurricane went over The Rock. So I think this guy is going to either, if he doesn't get a match at WrestleMania, I'm going to be surprised, but I think this is going to give him a higher profile than before. Did you see him chokeslam The Rock in that match?
It was amazing.
Come on. Who in the world, except the Hurricane, can chokeslam The Rock?
That's part of the magic of WWE. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And you can have upsets can happen in sports, but again with WWE, you can really capture that magic and unleash it. Open the cap and the bottle will pour out. And again, what that moment was last Monday. Now, Tommy, I know that of course, having seen Stone Cold Steve Austin, No Way Out, and in the weeks on Raw, legitimate heat between he and Eric Bischoff, in your opinion? All from Stone Cold, I'm sure, going back to his days at WCW.
I remember when Stone Cold left WCW and he actually came to ECW, and he had his own little talk show segment where he was really on. I think maybe the heat died down a little bit, but through the years, who knows? But I think it'll be a great match. Aren't they wrestling Monday night?
That's right. So a rematch from No Way Out as Eric Bischoff has challenged Stone Cold Steve Austin. This time, though, Bischoff's rules, so really anything can happen. Last time, thanks to Mr. McMahon, Bischoff was a little bit handcuffed, so we'll be interested to see what happens this time. I have a feeling Bischoff will be up to his usual tricks.
As always.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think Stone Cold Steve Austin just welcomes a chance to get Bischoff in the ring again. Doesn't matter whose rules or what terms you want to give it to him. I think there's still a lot of legitimate heat there. I think that Stone Cold probably isn't letting everything come out. It's not all going to be. He's not going to wear his feelings on his sleeve right now. I feel he's going to keep his cards close to the vest, and I think that Eric Bischoff is going to find out that there's a lot more that he has to pay for before he gets finished here in World Wrestling Entertainment.
Well, joining us on the phone right now, a great read each and every week, a must-read on WWE.com is Droz' 2 cents, and he's on this show every week. Droz, welcome to the show. You got Kevin Kelly, Dr. Tom, and Tommy Dreamer here with you.
Guys, it's great. Hey, Dreamer man, what's going on, brother?
What's happening, buddy?
Not too much, not too much.
Well, Droz, we're talking about Stone Cold, Eric Bischoff getting ready for this Monday's Raw on the road to WrestleMania. And it seems as if that Stone Cold may have exercised some of the demons at No Way Out, but there still seems to be some pent-up aggression as far as Stone Cold and Eric Bischoff are concerned.
Well, I'm sure, Tommy was actually talking about, about maybe it being quieted down a little bit, but, I'm worried that, they did their thing, Austin beat the hell out of him. I'm worried that, of course, Eric, being the person he is going to have more than one trick up his sleeve, and I have a feeling he's going to try to take Austin out and, get him out before WrestleMania. So, I mean, we have to be, Steve definitely has to be careful with, with anything that has to do with Bischoff.
Well, I think Steve's motto, don't trust anybody, holds true, especially when it comes to Bischoff. I don't think Steve's going to be caught off guard. I think it's one of those things where the rattlesnake is ready to bite any and everything that wants to get in his way. I've got to agree with you, though, Droz. I think Eric Bischoff is going to try to take out Stone Cold before WrestleMania, but at the same time, I believe that Austin is aware of that. And going into this match Monday night, he might have to cover all his bases.
Yeah, there certainly is going to be, I think, ample opportunity for Stone Cold to settle up business once and for all with Eric Bischoff, but his focus has to be on The Rock and WrestleMania. And speaking of focus on WrestleMania, Draws, it seemed as if I took Booker T to task a little bit last week for saying in the ring 2 weeks ago on Raw that he was very happy to be going to WrestleMania, but at no time mentioned the fact that he was going to win and was looking forward to becoming world champion. Now, this week, we got the focus out of Booker T, where Booker T says he goes in and has to beat the game at WrestleMania to become the world heavyweight champion. Booker also came clean about some personal issues as well. What were your thoughts about that whole situation?
Well, I mean, I was surprised, but as all of us know, everybody has things that have happened in the past that we're not proud of, et cetera, et cetera. But I mean, it's good. He's getting it out in the open. He's getting things aired out, and like you had stated before, he wasn't saying he was going there to win. I think anybody who talks about a match, I think it's pretty much a given, whether it's stated or not, that you're going to go ahead and you want to win that match. You don't have to state it, but you want to win it. And I think by him, airing kind of his dirty laundry, I think he was kind of letting the people know maybe a little more about him, maybe because of some of the comments Triple H has made about your kind doesn't deserve to be here and things like that. And I think, he's letting the people inside him, I think, a little more.
Well, some people are making a racial issue out of this, and I think that certainly is one way to take it. But Tom, also, too, to me, it's almost like the world heavyweight champion is president of the United States, let's say. And when somebody is running for office, they always delve into the candidate's background, and you have to hear about all dirty laundry and things that they did 10, 20 years ago. Triple H feels that he is above reproach and that his slate is clean and that he is world heavyweight champion, so therefore is above examination. With Booker T's past, doing 19 months in the big house for a mistake that he made when he was young, I think what Triple H is saying is that Booker T is not a qualified candidate, that he should not even be allowed to run for office or world heavyweight champion in this case.
What I thought about when I heard those statements, I thought, now, when and if Booker T defeats Triple H at WrestleMania, then this is a guy that Triple H deemed unworthy. So I've got to feel that this is more or less therapeutic for Booker T to get all this out, and get it out in the open, and let it come to him now, and he's comfortable with hearing all these things now. It's nothing that he's ashamed about. It's something that happened. A lot of people knew about it. A lot of people didn't. Now everybody seems to know about it, and whether you are the world heavyweight champion, the president of the United States, eventually your day is going to come when you might be somebody a little more popular, a little better than you, and this just might be Triple H's Waterloo in Seattle.
Tommy, do you think that Booker T right now is at the level to where he can go into a match at WrestleMania, walk out the world heavyweight champion, and have his head held high, have everybody's head held high, and say, yes, indeed, the best man on Raw right now is wearing the gold. The best man is the world heavyweight champion.
I'm a huge Booker T fan, always have been, even when I was in WCW. As a person, I think he's a great guy, and I think right now he's in that zone, and he could very well, be one of the flag bearers for this company. And I love watching him wrestle and going out there and do the spin room. He's very, very entertaining, and and as part of the dirty laundry, that doesn't bother me. I'm actually wearing my dirty laundry right now. So
I wondered what that smell was. Kind of different. Hey, Draws, let's talk about last night's SmackDown as well, because it was a complete shock to everyone. I think a lot of people figured that Kurt Angle was going to go into that matchup last night and was going to lose to Brock Lesnar. Instead, shocking everyone with once again using his lookalike brother Eric to get one over on Brock Lesnar to retain the title for another day. And indeed, Kurt Angle will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Take us inside what was going on at the Draws house last night when all that situation goes down, and what was your reaction to it?
Well, I think everybody had heard rumors about this and that with Kurt, and, I was expecting trickery. I mean, I definitely was expecting trickery, Kurt, trying in any way to keep his belt, but I really, I think everybody, felt that Brock was going to come away with the belt, but I, in my wildest dreams, couldn't have thought up that scenario. And it was a great one. And I mean, it left everyone, I think, with their jaws hanging down, going, "What in the hell just happened there?" And what that just shows, the genius, that's out there, and to have your brother, come out there and have the thing, the jacket up and things like that, and just a total screw job on Brock. And but that makes it that much more exciting. Everybody was, I'm sure, excited, thinking they're going to get a WrestleMania type match at SmackDown. But I think it makes WrestleMania that much more exciting now. It'll just add, to the mystique and the intrigue now by having this because of what happened last night.
Yeah, it does add more fuel to an already very competitive fire. I think a lot of people felt also, too, that Kurt Angle, there weren't going to be a lot of games and trickery because Paul Heyman wasn't around. Paul Heyman got the hell beat out of him by Brock Lesnar inside that cage 2 weeks ago, and I guess is laying up in a bed somewhere in Scarsdale nursing his injuries.
Yeah, well, let's never underestimate Kurt Angle. Never underestimate a man who is desperate, and in this situation, I feel that Kurt Angle is a desperate man. We saw that when he walked in at the beginning of SmackDown last night. You could see the look on his face, and I believe that World Wrestling Entertainment Championship means everything to Kurt Angle. And whether it's trickery or whatever it might be, Kurt Angle does not want to lose the championship. He doesn't want to lose to Brock Lesnar. And going into WrestleMania, the biggest stage in the world, I've got to believe that Kurt Angle might have something else up his sleeve as well.
Tommy, I'm sure that you too were surprised as well with the news that indeed Brock Lesnar was not WWE champion, that it was still Kurt Angle.
Yes, and actually very, very looking forward to that match. I feel Kurt Angle is the best wrestler on the entire WWE roster, and Brock is he is the next big thing, and I faced him, and I just think that match has, from their amateur backgrounds to their professional backgrounds, that match is, I'm just going to sit back, watch, and really enjoy it.
Now, of course, I know both of you guys through your careers have dealt with injury. Tommy, I know that it's no secret that Kurt's neck has given him some trouble, but okay, there's times where you got to suck it up. It's a big show. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do it for business. How difficult is it to pull yourself together, to suck up the pain, and to go out there and perform, even though you're in virtual agony?
It's a decision that I had to face, and I still face it. I would do just what Kurt's doing, go right to WrestleMania. Talk to your family. I know, he has a wife and a child, but I'm sure Kurt's profession. He won the gold medal with a broken neck, correct? Mm-hmm. So, Kurt is a stud athlete. So, I don't think anything's going to deter him from going to WrestleMania.
My thing, if it was life-threatening, he wouldn't be in the ring.
Right.
If that was the case, he wouldn't be in the ring. Evidently, it's just something that can be taken care of. We all know something can happen at any time. But he wouldn't put himself at risk. They wouldn't put himself at risk if there was a chance. So I'm sure this is something that can hold off. And this is a big show. This is a Super Bowl, and you do anything and everything to make sure you get there and put on the performance of your life.
But, we're here on Bite This today. We're talking with Tommy Dreamer, of course, Dr. Tom, the co-host, and Draws joining us on the phone. And we're talking about Kurt Angle. And it's no secret, all three gentlemen that are guests here on this show right now have dealt with injuries, dealing with their neck. Of course, Draws is the most serious and severe. Tommy, of course, has dealt with issues before. And Tom, you don't talk about this publicly, but neck injuries curtailed your in-ring activities and forced you to make a decision, a very good decision, to become a trainer and become, accessible in the business that way. Do you, again, any point in your career where you look back and you say, damn, I wish I hadn't have done that match when I was hurting so bad, because if I'd have taken some time off, any second thoughts along the way for you?
No. Once again, that was back in the days of no guaranteed contracts. If you didn't wrestle, you didn't get paid. And that drove me a lot of times. But also it was the fact that if you didn't wrestle, that meant somebody else had to take your place. And back in those days, I didn't want anybody to take my place. You had to go out there, and you had to do what you had to do. Certainly, we all wake up with our pains and aches and do what we have to do. But no, there was never a time when I regretted doing a match, and I think Kurt's going to feel the same way. I don't think he's going to regret going to WrestleMania and putting on the show of his life. time for him, and I think that the people who want to criticize his decision or anybody else's decision for that matter don't understand what this game and what this business is about.
Draws, as somebody who, of course, as we know, suffered neck injury, there's been some talk about WWE looking at the style, the way the guys compete in the ring. If given the opportunity to give some feedback on that topic, what would be your opinion on changing styles to lengthen careers?
Well, I mean, it's something, you look at, things that are done, and it definitely, I mean, you go back, 10 years, even 5 years, I mean, it's definitely picked up, the level and degree of, difficulty and, precision that's needed. I mean, but as in anything, something can happen at any time. I mean, and you have to realize that. And it's just, I think sometimes, the matches do get a little crazy out there. And, guys, accept the risk. It's not something that, you sometimes want to do or want to deal with. But, it's just it's a tough call. I mean, I ended up on the very bad spectrum of it. And, it's something that you deal with and you live with. But, I don't know.
It's a very difficult topic, and Tommy, I know that as being an active member of the Raw roster, I'm sure that this discussion has come up numerous times, whether between yourself and the other superstars, yourself and the agents. Getting more out of less, I know, is something that is always stressed. Getting, making things happen in the ring, having them mean something. You've paid a lot of dues physically in your career, and I have tremendous respect for everything that you've ever done. Do you think there needs to be a change in philosophy, a change in style at this time?
Could there be? Yeah. Will there be? No.
Why?
It just...
Is it because of the fans?
I blame Paul Heyman and ECW, that crazy wrestling league.
The fans are never satisfied.
Well, again, but can
just the fast-moving, especially like on Raw, the fast-moving action, with you're afraid, you have a certain couple of minutes to be on, to be on TV. You want to be the most impactful when you're on TV. I remember hearing Dr. Tom state that sponsors pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for a couple of minutes to be on, advertised on Raw, and here we are on Raw, so the company's investing so much money in us, so you want to make the biggest impact you can. I know personally for me it's not going to change my style. It doesn't change my style when I'm on house shows. I actually go a little crazier when I'm on house shows just because the TV cameras aren't on. Me and Lance Storm fighting outside the ring last weekend and doing a little, old ECW type stuff, and just me personally, no, I don't think it can.
Well, I feel that, yes, when you're on TV, it is a different way. But I feel that in house shows, maybe that might get a little bit to the guys that you don't have to come off those with those 13 German suplex or take that big bump to the floor. On TV, it's a different deal. But when you're working and wrestling 4 or 5 nights a week and you're doing the same thing every night of the week, that's a lot of high impact. And I respect everybody on the roster as well. But we've had over, 7 neck surgeries within the last 2-3 years, man. And again, and
you don't look at, and I don't look at it like, well, if you look at it from ownership standpoint, the WWE says that, and not that they say this publicly, but if you look at it from their point of view, we've lost 7 men for over a year's time each,
and a woman,
and we've paid for all those surgeries, so we've lost all that time. How many millions of dollars has the WWE lost because of all these surgeries? In NASCAR, they put restrictor plates on the carburetors to make the cars go slower. Because if it was up to the drivers, they would go full out. They'd go 300 miles an hour if they could, in hopes of running faster, in hopes of winning more. But in terms of risks involved in their lives and careers, NASCAR had to take steps to say, whoa, we're going to put the brakes on you guys.
Yeah.
So can this be done in this environment?
I think that it's going to take time, but it's going to have to be done. Something's going to have to be done. Otherwise, a guy like Tommy Dreamer will have his career cut severely short. I know you don't want that. And we don't want anybody else to wind up in that same position. I
think Doc came up with a point in the past 3 years that's happened. Now, if you go back before that, how many guys had neck surgeries?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
That's the thing, and that's what, like you're talking about, high risk and, you know, like guys are going out. Like Tommy said, you know, at a house show, he may go a little crazier, but like Tom said, you don't want to be doing, if you're, you know, especially if you're working a couple of nights in a row, you don't want to be doing this crazy high risk, you know, flipping out of, you know, especially, you know, Hardy Boys, flipping out of the ring, landing tables. I mean, it has to wear and tear, and we've seen that over the past couple of years, what it's done.
And I do understand the passion and the love they had for it, because I'll never forget this as long as I live, when we were doing metal, and the Hardy Boys, I think it was Jeff and Matt both, were doing these crazy things. I said, man, those Hardy Boys are nuts. And Kevin looked at me and says, they're looking for a job. Well, they got a job, but they also have to put their carburetor on them too, to kind of slow them down, because they wanted to do that same stuff every single time they got in the ring. Jeff Hardy, not even 25 years old, or maybe he is 25 now. The fact is, the kid has beat his body up so much that I hope he's still wrestling by the time he's 30, if he wants to.
Yeah.
But the fact is, I don't know how he's going to get out of bed.
And you look at it, you know, in terms, we're just talking about here in the WWE. I mean, there's independent shows that happen in every town and every weekend, everywhere across the country and across the world. I watched a tape today from Japan.
Yeah.
And it was American-style Japanese wrestling with a lot of familiar names that people would know. And I'm watching this and I'm going, oh my gosh. I mean, they're getting chairs and they're laying chairs in the middle of the ring and bumping guys onto the chairs. And the human anatomy is not meant to take this. So, you know, in terms of WWE, yeah, there's been 7 surgeries over the past year, and God knows how many guys at this point need to be looked at medically and are down the road are going to need these similar procedures. Exponentially, how many guys across the globe are going to be in this position 5, 10, 15 years from now? I don't see how everything can continue at this pace.
Well, I think once the fans are re-educated, once the superstars are re-educated, and you get the guys with the qualifications, because we are looking at more guys like Brock Lesnar and the Kurt Angles, and even the guys like, I'll say, Tommy Dreamer, who came from that hardcore style of wrestling, when you guys realize that good wrestling will also get over with the people, but you have to have the guys to be able to pull it off. You can't just go out there and slam somebody with a chair and expect someone to respect you.
And I'm not talking about being unsafe, because I know, Tommy, that you're very safe in the ring. You take care of the guy you're working with, take care of yourself as best you can. But it's just the question of, can the human anatomy take the punishment?
It's been proven. It can't.
No. And I mean, again, you look at, I've been to a number of conventions over the years, and I've met, superstars going back to the 50s and 60s, and there isn't a one of them that doesn't at least have a pronounced limp or bad hips or have had knee replacement surgery or something. But now we're talking about the neck and vertebrae.
And the action back then was nowhere near what it is today.
Exactly.
How many concussions have you had, Tommy?
Oof,
okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot.
That's what we're talking about. We want the guys of today to be able to prolong their career. And, again, it's not necessarily safe, but even then, there's no safe way to swing a chair on your head and take it flush on and not have some kind of damage.
Right.
Or your back or your neck. So I think we have to re-educate not only the guys, the fans, all the way around, but at the same time, with that re-education process, you have to have the talent to do it with.
Right. Hey, Draws, listen, thank you very much for your time and, as always, your participation in the show, and we will talk to you next week as the road to WrestleMania continues.
Hey, guys, and by the way, my article I'm actually going to post on Monday. I've been sick for the past couple of days, so I already told Matt, and I'm going to get that article posted up on Monday.
Well, we'll look forward to reading it.
Draws.
It'll be a St. Patrick's Day, Draws' 2 cents.
Hoorah.
Oh, man.
All right, take care, Draws.
Take care.
All right,
See
bye-bye.
ya.
And again, you look at, so many young guys coming up in the developmental ranks, as we've talked about. Tom, is the re-education, and I'll go back to sports for a second. I'll go back to baseball. The death of Steve Beckler from the Baltimore Orioles has forced Major League Baseball to look at a Fedra use. While the union is debating whether or not they can actually dictate to their players, or they don't want the league dictating to the players of the major leagues, Major League Baseball can pass something that bans a Fedra use in the minor leagues. So that being said, are steps being taken in the developmental groups right now in OVW, are steps being taken to change the style, to make things mean more, and to hopefully prolong careers?
Most definitely. We have trainers like Danny Davis, Rip Rogers, and of course Jim Cornette in all his wisdom will explain to the guys, especially when I come in or one of the agents come in and take a look at OVW, we explain we don't care how many have a coronas you can do or top rope planches or topes or whatever you want to call them, toupees. It doesn't matter. Yes, when you're on TV, show us what you have and go all out. But if you don't have a solid foundation, if you don't have a solid base, we don't care. And you take a look at guys like Charlie Haas, pardon me, Shelton Benjamin, and even the Guerreros who do the high flying but mix in the mat wrestling that makes it entertaining. Chris Benoit, Jericho. Yes, they have some high flying, they have some sizzle, but they also have the mat work. They also have something that catches your eye, and they can wrestle. That, whether you want to say it or not, it is world wrestling entertainment. And wrestling has always been entertaining if you have the right kind of guys with it. And it's part of it. And I do believe that ECW started the craze of the hardcore, and that's cool. It was an alternative. But you know what? It does run its course, because there's only so many times you can see a guy get bashed in the head over and over and over and not get damaged. But I think in OVW, to answer your question, yes, we are re-educating them as well. Hopefully they'll listen.
Do you at this time want to take blame for all of this?
Yeah, I'm not trying to get on you.
I'm actually going to...
Because if I see
because of Bite This, I officially will decree that I am not going to do any more planches.
Toupees?
I'm not going to do my 450 that I bust out every week on Raw. I will no longer be that
speaking of that,
lucha-style Tommy Dreamer that the fans have loved for all these years.
Just speaking of that real quick.
El Dreamero.
If you noticed Billy Kidman last night when he did his shooting star press,
yes,
hooked his foot on the rope,
yep,
crashed down on his shoulder. It was evident because I got the injury report. So I mean that's basically a safe move unless something happens. Whoops, something happened. We don't know how long Billy Kidman, if he's going to be out, he's going to have to do something. But there's another injury.
But going back to what we said before, I made the analogy with NASCAR decreeing that restrictor plates have to go on the cars. Do the drivers like them? Ask Bad Boy 3423. The answer is no, and you're right. The drivers hate it.
Yeah.
Tough. Too bad. And how much do these neck surgeries cost on average, giving or taking for each particular case from Murambi? That's a very good question.
Less is more. It doesn't matter about that. I mean, less is more. Yeah. We wouldn't have to spend so much money if everybody got in their head, you know what, if you did what you did so good, that meant something, then you wouldn't have to add 5 more spots to it.
Yep.
So we wouldn't have to worry about what the neck surgeries cost.
Getting in on the cost issue, that's a case-by-case basis, but you figure an average surgery now is well into the tens of thousands of dollars. That plus the months of rehab, you're probably talking, round numbers. I'd say anywhere between $25,000 and $50,000 a piece.
Well, yeah. Plus, again, the revenue that the company loses because you're not on the card. What about the revenue when Triple H tore his quad? I mean, that's a freak accident. That's something that happened, but because he's not on the card, you have to make up for that. And I mean, it happens. It affects everyone when somebody gets hurt.
It certainly does. We've got a variety of subjects going on today here on Bite This. We've been talking a lot about the road to WrestleMania, of course, and the cost of what all this is on the bodies of those who perform. A lot has been made about Kurt Angle, and last night Kurt Angle went to SmackDown defending his WWE Championship against Brock Lesnar. WrestleMania came early, but indeed it was not an award-winning night for Brock Lesnar. We'll take you back to last night's SmackDown, and we will show you that. We'll come back. We're going to talk to Randy Orton. We also want to hear from you as well at 888-LIVE-WWE. Tommy Dreamer, Dr. Tom, Kevin Kelly here with you on a Friday on Bite This. Let's take you back to highlights from last night's SmackDown, Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar. Well, that was last night's SmackDown. Kurt Angle surprising everyone, most importantly Brock Lesnar. But these two men are still on a collision course at WrestleMania. They will meet for the WWE Championship, Safeco Field, Seattle, Washington, WrestleMania 19, the grandest stage, the biggest event of the year, and you'll be able to see all the action, of course, live on pay-per-view, and also a very special webcast right here on WWE.com. Ordering information will be up very soon. And speaking of webcasts here on WWE.com, some people have said that they've having a hard time viewing this week's program. Make sure you update your Windows Media Player. This way you'll be able to see Bite This as well. Update to Windows Media Player 9. You can connect and link and get to it right there through the Bite This section on WWE.com.
Did you say we were doing a pre-WrestleMania Bite This? You're going to be here doing it?
I'll be here.
With who? Who's going to be your co-host?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. But I will be in Seattle, so please call me. I'll see if I can help you guys out. You know what I mean? You're going to need a correspondent out there as well.
I'll need several. Because we're going to be doing like an all-day long type of thing.
I won't be around then. Sorry.
I'll take care of catering.
Yeah, the Tommy Dreamer.
I'll take care of the catering, what's going on, what the boys are eating.
We get a viewpoint from the
you know what? That'd
catering
be great.
line.
I'll do it.
Maybe you could go to some of the vendors.
I'll get the guys as soon as they come back and they're all blown up from their match, and I'll stick a microphone.
Well, that's going to be the post.
Right in their face. What do you think of this?
That'd be the best.
Yeah, but
were you breathing heavy? Speaking of breathing heavy, Dawn Marie flashing the.
What was up with that? You know what? Now there's the other thing. See, again, I watch the show, and then sometimes my daughter will watch it with me. But then last night, my wife came in and said, "Did she just flash them?" And I thought, well, I thought you weren't watching this because you were in the room. Yeah, I must have seen that.
How could you miss that?
Yeah, no.
It was Dawn Marie. I don't really watch Dawn Marie.
No,
you come on. I'm too young for her. You know, she likes those older guys.
You can't look at her because she's like a sister, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Boom Boom, of course, who is a frequent contributor.
Boom Boom.
Honey.
You're the best. Hugs and kisses.
Hello, honey.
She is digging it.
Dreamer, you're the best.
She is a Latina from Miami.
Sweet.
Hello,
and she's
honey.
been blessed with a rather endowing set.
Download a picture of yourself and
Yes.
I'll autograph it.
There you
Yes, download the old picture.
888-LIVE-WWE is the number to dial. We're having some fun here on a Friday here on Bite This. Tommy Dreamer, Dr. Tom, Kevin Kelly here with you. We'll be talking to Randy Orton a little bit later on. Right now, let's go to Andrew from New York. Andrew, you're on Bite This. Welcome to the show. Hello, Andrew.
Andrew, you there?
2, 3, 4.
All right, Andrew.
See ya.
Thank you, Andrew.
For your question.
Very good.
Rather
inquisitive.
Job.
Let's try another call here. Oh, let's talk to our good friend Jeremy from Massachusetts. Jeremy, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you, kid?
I'm doing okay.
How's your MCATs?
Huh?
How's your MCATs hanging?
Up yours.
What?
Hey.
Come on.
I'm new to this show. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Tommy,
Jeremy.
How you doing?
Jeremy, listen, just because the educational system in Massachusetts is not up to standards and you cannot meet the requirements doesn't mean you have, there's call to be rude to Dr. Tom like that. Now apologize.
No.
What?
Gotta hang up.
Jeremy?
What?
Jeremy, apologize.
I want to get off my thing.
I demand you to apologize right now or you will never be allowed on this program again. Jeremy! Apologize!
This is the best show ever,
Say
Jeremy.
you're sorry to Dr. Tom.
Yeah.
Click them off.
Hey.
Say you're sorry.
No.
Say you're sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, you got it. I was going to
way to
click
go,
you off.
Jeremy. All
I
right.
didn't even know you. I was going to
All right, Jeremy.
All right, Jeremy, what's on your mind?
All right, well, I'm sorry. That's
Okay. Dr. Tom,
yeah.
I looked at the your questions on WWE.com,
Yeah.
and I had the most hardest time with it. And so I thought of my own question. And this is my question. I want to know what was the very, very first, okay, I messed up.
Yes, you did.
Hey, Jeremy,
What?
guess what?
Don't even do it.
Oh, man. Jeremy, denied, man. What did you mess up, son?
Hey, let's talk about Hogan versus Mr. McMahon,
Ooh,
WrestleMania.
Wow.
Sweet.
Tom, I understand you were in the gymnasium the other night, pumping the iron.
Yes.
Here at Titan Tower, Stamford, Connecticut, and you saw who?
I saw Mr. McMahon. Oh, yeah. He was training. He was stretching in the mat room there, you know, where they have the hanging bag and the ball. And Mr. McMahon was pumping some pretty heavy weight. And he was very, very intense. I mean, he's always intense.
Yeah, no, he trains hard all the time. But you noticed there was something different about his workout.
There was something with a purpose. And again, like we said, we've always seen Mr. McMahon. Anytime he's in the gym, he does train hard and has a purpose. But I had the opportunity to even ride down the elevator with him and talk to him a little bit. You could tell he's pretty focused on WrestleMania.
He has the eye of the tiger. He's at the edge.
Yes, at the edge. Yeah, he's kind of the eye of the hurricane, so to speak. But the fact is that yeah, he is training hard. He's taking this very seriously. I don't want to say he was in the tanning bed, but he did look rather dark, rather ready to go. Yeah, I've got to say that this match between the Hulkster and Mr. McMahon is going to be an interesting thing to watch for everybody backstage. I don't know if I'm going to watch it on the monitor or I'm going to watch it live, because I want to get an up-close view and watch all those sack of potatoes they bring in the ring with them, because there's going to be one or two, probably three or four, through the whole match.
We Tommy, we talked a few weeks ago, and it kind of goes in line here with this, about when you were hit the hardest, what you were hit the hardest with when it happened. I have a feeling that all the times that Hogan's been hit in his career, perhaps he will be hit the hardest when Vince McMahon hits him at WrestleMania. So when were you hit the hardest, of the ones that you remember?
Actually, there's two. One time in ECW, Jerry Lawler caned me with the Sandman Singapore cane in the testicles, it knocked me out. It hit me so hard, and I had to get a big needle and pull blood out of there, which I never recommend anyone get a needle.
Get a shot of Tom if we can, because Tom's reaction, I think, right now is just priceless.
Because they were afraid that the blood was going to rupture or something. It was pretty bad. And actually, in the Raw Battle Royal for the shot to go to WrestleMania, and I worked against his father a long time ago, but Randy Orton constantly clubbed me harder than any other person in the world has ever clubbed me. And that beats Terry Funk.
In the sack?
No, he with forearms, with fists, with kicks. He was just beating me like for no reason. And
we're going to talk to him in a few
minutes.
So we can hash out these
issues.
told
him afterwards, I said, I've wrestled almost every top person in the industry, and I have never been hit so hard than I've been hit with you. He hit me harder than Bubba Ray Dudley. And Bubba Ray Dudley, he's got those fatty filet mignon hands, and he hits hard. So
you know what? If I was you, I would sneak up on Lawler some night and just whack him as hard as you can right in the old sack, and just say, "That's a receipt, bastard." And let him know.
But he's still the king in my eyes, so it doesn't matter.
Well.
Let's. We got phone calls here at 888 Live WWE. We're going to be talking to Randy Orton in just a little while, and we'll of course. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about this whole Dixie Chicks thing. There's a lot of controversy going on about the state of Texas, Tom. Yeah. Let's go to Daniel from Virginia, who is apparently hot at me and Dr. Tom. Daniel, welcome to the show.
Hi, Kevin Kelly.
How are you?
I'm all right.
What are you upset about?
Well, last week when you guys were talking to Rhino, y'all were messing around and everything, and I was wondering why.
Well, we weren't being disrespectful to Rhino.
Rhino would have appreciated it. In fact, Rhino did appreciate it.
He did appreciate it. He was in the spirit of the party.
Sure.
We were having a party, a surprise birthday party for Brother Love, if you'll remember.
And Rhino even said he would have brought in the beer, remember? He brought in the beer. That's what he, is.
Yeah, I saw what happened, but I actually wasn't watching the show because the media player was messing up.
Oh.
And I went around and watched it later that night, just to see what y'all did, and I was just a little bit upset.
Well, sorry, we didn't mean any disrespect towards Rhino, and he certainly didn't take it that way. He's all in the spirit of fun.
Sure. Rhino was happy we did it.
And I have one more question to Tommy Dreamer.
Yes, sir.
Well, I saw your match a few weeks ago with Batista on Raw, and you came out hitting with a Singapore cane, I guess 2 or 3 times.
Right.
Then he speared you and powerbombed you, and it was over. I thought that was kind of weird how you would take a fall that easily to someone like that.
And I was on the creative team during that time too. I should have wrote myself.
You have done that.
That's why I'm not on the creative team. I would like to address a couple of emails because I've never been on WrestleMania, and I came up with this whole new concept of me actually wrestling, participating and wrestling and winning in every match at WrestleMania this year.
Oh, yeah.
And they just didn't see my creative geniusness. So I wanted to do that. They didn't see it, so we had an opinion. And also, there was catering there, and they were ordering turkey and all this healthy stuff. I wanted some like roast beef and some ham. So I couldn't work under those barbaric conditions because I'm so used to, the spoiled ECW way.
Yeah.
So I just, I had to walk away from that.
I don't blame you, man.
So that's why.
Stick to your guns.
But in wrestling, and on not Raw, I had a great time working with Batista, and Batista was part of Evolution. If it was a little thing to get Evolution a little expanded, I was happy in my role to be there. So, it's all good, and thank you very much.
Right arm.
Good call there, Daniel. Thank you very much. And next time we have Rhino on the phone, we'll certainly We'll
He
let
don't
him in on the
care,
joke.
Rhino don't
Oh,
care.
Rhino was having a good time with us, man. Kevin Keller was wearing these stupid hats, and they tried to
No,
do me. And
Brother Love's goofy sister-in-law, Nikki.
Yeah,
was,
that's Mindy.
Mindy.
Yeah.
Was brought all these party favors and
Yeah.
these damn
Was
hats.
Brother Love's birthday last week?
Yeah,
Yes, it was.
He turned 40.
40,
Wow.
big 4-0. You got to tell him about that too.
Can I give
And,
a birthday shout-out
Actually,
right now?
yeah, please do.
I'd like to give a shout-out to my old ECW manager, Beulah McGillicuddy. Today is her birthday.
Oh, she-
Whatever happened
Is
to
she
that
40
girl?
years old too?
Yeah, she's 40.
All
I don't know
right.
whatever happened to her, but if you're out there, happy birthday.
Oh, that's nice of you to remember that.
That
Yes.
is very nice.
You know, most of the time I can't remember any dates,
you old
anything
man.
important, anniversaries,
You have to,
birthdays.
man.
Forget it.
No, well, you have to. That's why you have so much heat.
Yeah, I guess.
That's why, man.
888 Live WWE is the number to dial if you want to be part of things here on Bite This. The instant feedback is up and running. Matt Up says that I take it up the rear end.
From, like you said last week, yes, from reading all the scribblings on the Titan Tower's walls. I
Yeah,
can
apparently
verify,
that's what
yes.
it does say in the restroom.
Yes.
It's in Dr. Tom's handwriting, but I'm not
I
making any
don't-
accusations.
I don't know how to write.
I like it.
That's good.
We've also, of course, let's talk as well
Hot.
about.
That's why I took my gimmick off. I told you,
Let's
Tom.
talk about this coming.
It's hot.
Can we
These
get
here
an
lights
egg,
here?
Can we get Dreamer
Two
a
of
fan and an egg sandwich, please? Something.
Anyone over 250 pounds needs to be in constant air conditioning at all times. It should be a law.
Who?
I'm very hot.
The
Boom Boom.
large-breasted Boom Boom wants to talk to you.
This is going to be
All
good.
right, Boom Boom.
Hey,
let me
honey,
hear you.
how are you?
Boom Boom, you're on Bite This. Welcome to the show.
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom,
Yes. I
How
can
are
hardly
you,
hear
baby?
you. Huh?
how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
We're great. How are how are your two big gimmicks there?
Oh, they're doing just well.
Yeah,
Ah, yeah.
tremendous.
Hey, is Tommy Dreamer there?
I am here, my dear. How are you?
Oh, how you doing, sweetie?
Oh, lovely. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to say because I've been through a lot of I've gone to a lot of matches of yours,
Right?
and every time I don't know what it is that we scream your name, you come out and you give us autographs and pictures. I have many pictures of you next to me,
Sweet.
and I wanted to I adore them very well
Thank you.
and very handsome. And I wanted to say, do you have kids of your own?
No, I do not. That I know of. But, no, I do not have any children.
Oh, you don't?
Hey, Boom Boom.
Do you want some?
Sure.
Ah.
There is a SmackDown house show in Miami.
Miami.
Maybe I can come down, get just jump down there. But
Hey, Boom Boom, I've noticed a tendency for Latin women to have a mustache. Do you have a mustache?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that again?
I was wondering if you had a mustache.
Do I have a mustache?
what kind
Yeah.
of question is that?
Well, you know, I've
No
just seen-
way, are you crazy?
No?
I'm Puerto Rican. I do not
Ah,
have a
that's even
mustache.
better, honey. What do you weigh?
Excuse me?
What do you weigh?
I'm 131,
Oh,
How tall are you?
5'6".
5'6",
Oh,
What, you want to
131?
talk to me?
No mustache?
No mustache.
Okay, good.
I'm
I
6'2",
shaved
252
everything
with a
and everything
mustache. So
Hey, man.
No, I do not have a mustache, believe me. And if I did, no way.
You'd
You would
shave
shave it off. Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't know. I was at I'll tell you what. I was at I was at the
Gimmick?
CVS drugstore the other
Sure you
day.
were.
Saw this woman behind the counter. I could not believe the mustache on this woman.
Oh, man.
Were you turned on?
No, I was horrified. But a very good question, Boom Boom. I do appreciate you playing along.
well, Boom
No,
Boom.
it's
Thank
okay.
you very much. Thank you
Thank
for.
you. I like the show a lot.
Thank you.
Okay.
Wear a yellow
Unfortunately,
shirt
I
so
can't
we can
hear you over
recognize
the
you.
internet. I don't know why I'm having problems.
Update your media player. Go to get Windows Media Player 9
And Tommy,
Get Atari.
are you still there?
and the Kodak too.
And the Kodak?
Yeah, I don't know what any of that means. The Crazy Dutchman is screaming at me off the air. Hey, are you going to the SmackDown Live event in Miami tomorrow?
Oh yes, tomorrow for sure. I already have my tickets.
What? Where are you
Third
sitting?
row.
You got good seats?
Yeah, third row.
Great. Tickets
Yeah,
are
I'm
still
gonna
on
get
sale
my
for that
little-
event tomorrow night at the American Airlines Arena. It is going to be it's going to be a great night as
Oh,
The
yeah.
Rock steps back into the ring on a SmackDown event, taking on Brock Lesnar. So that is going to be a treat
Oh,
for
I
the fans
can't
in
wait.
Miami. And make sure you bring a sign, even though it's not a televised event. Bring a sign putting over Bite This.
Or it could
Oh,
even
yes,
be
I'm
like
gonna do it.
Boom
I'm
Boom
gonna
Gone
do it.
Wild and, flash some of the SmackDown boys. Flash during the Nunzio match. Nunzio always appreciates that.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, sweetie.
Nunzio would love to see it.
I'll do it. I'll do
Okay.
it for you guys
Thank you.
Right.
and for the show. And bye, Tommy.
Bye, dear.
You're sweet and
Thank
cute.
you.
And I love you.
I love you too.
Oh,
All right, bye-bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Oh, hey, man.
All right, so
That's good.
I know you've been around the world. You've been with probably a variety of women?
I am a chick magnet. Just look at me.
You are, man. Look at you. Yeah, man.
Black chicks?
I
Puerto Rican?
love all women.
Yeah?
I am an equal opportunity
Offender?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I love all women.
Tom was married to a Mexican.
So, it's great.
He has horror stories about it.
I still have nightmares to this day, man.
But
that's behind me.
He's been in therapy for years. He's moved on. He's in a great place in his life right now.
It's great.
Yeah.
Very
Got
happy.
a fantastic woman. Couldn't ask for a better woman to have in your
I
life.
could not. You're right. I could not ask for a better one. No, not her. No. I didn't ask for her anyway. They gave her to me. Okay, go ahead.
We'll be talking to Randy Orton here in a few minutes.
Randy Orton.
888-LIVE-WWE is the number to dial. Let's talk to Dustin from Dr. Tom's neck of the woods, Houston, Texas. Dustin, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Good. How are you today?
Pretty PO'd about this whole, Dixie Chicks thing that, is going on, saying she's ashamed to be from Texas.
Yeah, you know
because our
what?
president's from there.
Yeah.
It's kind of caught, everyone, here, all the radios are halting, putting Dixie Chick stuff on the radio all day. Ooh, sorry, I'm just real nervous. It's an honor to be on here.
No, Dustin, it's quite all right. Now let me ask you this. What people want you to hit me with a cane.
Yeah, why
that
not?
would hurt. What were your thoughts when you heard the comments made by one of the Dixie Chicks? What is it, Dixie Chicks 1, 2, and 3? I don't know. Do they wear hoods? I'm not sure.
It was number one. It was the lead singer, Natalie.
And what did she say exactly against our beloved president?
She said that she was, just so y'all know, I'm ashamed to be from the state of Texas because the president of the United States is from there.
Well, she said that in London, too, I believe, right?
Say that again, I'm sorry?
She said that in London as well,
yes, sir,
right?
out of the United States.
Yeah. Well, and when I read that, too, I heard about that. I thought kind of like everybody else, like Sean Penn and all these other Hollywood celebrities who think they know so much about what's going on, that she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, and she should be ashamed that... actually, I'm ashamed she's from Texas, and I'm ashamed she even mentioned Bush. I think any of those people need to just shut up, make their movies, and go on with their life and let George W. handle the politics and handle the war, because we need to bomb somebody
Well, see,
quick.
also today, everyone's going around saying, they're ashamed to be from Texas because, she's from Texas.
Right.
But let me give you, and I know you all are going to think I'm kissing up, but hey, I need my points here. I am privileged to be from Texas because there's so many great wrestlers that have come from Texas.
Yeah, man, you're right.
I get the chills, when they're, Raw's on from a completely different, neck of the woods, and they say, oh, The Undertaker from Houston, Texas, It kind of makes you feel proud.
Yeah.
That he's gone from, and yourself as well.
Yeah, hey, you know who Paul Bosch was, right?
Yeah, and I had a question real quick. Someone in the Houston Chronicle reported 2 weeks ago that King of the Ring is coming to Houston. Are y'all able to confirm that or not?
If I knew it, I would tell you, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, we don't know for sure.
It wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't surprise me. Houston deserves to have a pay-per-view event.
Yeah, because WrestleMania, never forget that day.
Oh, I mean, that was that was the greatest moment, I think, for Houston, and again, what a send-off for the Astrodome. Really, one of the last big events to happen in that building, and it's one of the greatest events ever in WWE history.
It truly is, and I just want to say, everyone's been bashing the product, saying it sucks, it's getting lackluster, the storylines are getting boring. Yeah, I just want to say that I will never ever hate the WWE. Every Monday I'm watching it. If Thursday I'm at work, I have my recorder set, I'm watching SmackDown. Every pay-per-view is ordered. I think y'all are doing an awesome job with the WWE, and y'all just need to keep it up.
Well, we definitely will. Thank you very much for the call, and God bless Texas.
God bless Texas and Bradshaw. That's what I say.
I was just going to say that. They should have the Dixie Chicks take up their little argument with my favorite WWE competitor, Bradshaw, and he could debate them about being from Texas. I personally, I love Texas. I love being from New York, but I'm a big fan of Texas. I'm a big fan of America.
Sure.
And these entertainers who are against the war, blah, blah, they're entertainers. Let them entertain. And the biggest thing, I feel, people should not support them. Don't go to their concerts. don't watch them, whatever they do, and that's how. And you'll see how quickly they turn around and start loving Texas and loving all that.
Because I mean,
hit them in their pocketbooks.
I think so. I don't think they remember about 9/11. It isn't about the oil anymore, guys. It's about the terrorist threat that's going on, and it's about everybody else who hates us.
Are you sure that Dixie Chick #1 wasn't just trying to get like a cheap pop there, being in London?
I think Dixie Chick #1 was probably on drugs.
Do they do drugs?
Yeah.
Oh, well, she's been married and divorced like 83 times.
Well, then if it's 84, then I know she's on drugs. Okay, so. And the thoughts and opinions reflect just me alone, not WWE.com or Matt Dubas or Kevin Quilly or Thomas Neiman or you either. So, but at the same time, come on, man. Yeah. Get off it. Let's let everybody else handle that stuff.
Yeah.
This is a great fight. We have talked about not only wrestling, we've talked about so many topics.
You know what? You get Bradshaw. Right now. You get Bradshaw here, man. We'd go on, man. Let's not even talk about the French, by the way.
Don't even get him started.
Yeah, thank you.
We, of course, will be talking to Randy Orton in just a few minutes. We'll get his take on the night in Raw during the Battle Royal where he beat Tommy Dreamer half to death. We'll find out why. We'll see if there's any, did perhaps Tommy take the last bit of food and catering? Did he, is there some sort of bigger societal issue that caused Randy Orton to club Tommy Dreamer the way he did a couple of weeks ago in the ring? Let's talk. Tommy Dreamer.
Speaking of facial hair, Tommy Dreamer.
You mustache your nuts behind your sweater.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't understand either. But that's okay. There's a lot of talk about what I'm wearing today on all the people. It's a sweater. It's a Raiders sweater.
It's a sweatshirt.
I know I'm from New York. I know I'm allowed to have other opinions. I like the Raiders. I like the Giants. I like the Jets. But I can understand why everyone on the internet is so transfixed about this fat man wearing a sweatshirt here on Bite This.
People obsessed with me because one week I wore my shirt untucked. So for then,
really?
Yeah, ever since then, everybody's like, tuck your shirt
Next time
in.
I do Bite This, I will be in a suit, and you could judge me. I'll do a suit, and then the next time I'll do a swimsuit, and then I'll do a talent.
Most of these yahoos are at home, sitting in a
They're wearing their underwear.
In their underwear.
Eating
their mom's
peanut butter.
Eating chili with their fingers.
Certainly.
I
mean, so yeah.
The only part I don't like is Reebok there.
Yeah.
Because Tom and I were strong supporters of Nike.
I'm a Nike man, too.
Yes, you are.
But that's okay.
All right, we're going to take a quick time out here on Bite This. We're going to wait to take a quick time out here on Bite This.
The producer just left, and you was going to take a time out.
I think he was
That's
taking
what we
call
got
from one of
going
the
on.
Chicks. Hey, Duda, you want to get over here and do your job? We're doing a live show.
Sorry, I'm doing 2 jobs.
The old 2 jobs. There we go.
He's
Rat
a
Mat.
Mat Rat.
All right, the old Rat Mat.
All right.
Good. Okay.
We're going to take a quick time out here on Bite This. We'll talk to Randy Orton in just a few moments. Before we do, let's go back in time a few weeks ago on Raw, and let's see some tag team action. Shall we? It was,
why not?
It was, of course, Randy Orton and Batista teaming up to take on Booker T and Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner.
This was a hell of a match. And we'll talk to Randy Orton when we return right here on Bite This.
That's good.
We're back here on Bite This. 888 Live WWE is the number to dial. We'll be talking to Randy Orton a little bit later on. Kevin Kelly, Dr. Tom, and Tommy Dreamer here with you. And now we're going to go to the phones, and we're going to talk to Taz with some Tales from the Hook. Taz, what's going on?
What's going on, everyone? Hello.
Hello, Taz.
Hello, Taz. We got your old friend Tommy Dreamer here.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Hey, Taz, we, of course, were talking a whole lot about Kurt Angle last night. Pulling the wool over everybody's eyes, shocking us all. Just the sound in your voice, the sound in Michael Cole's voice, it was the great whodunit, and it was a masterful plan by Kurt Angle. Again, though, going forward to his match now with WrestleMania, take us inside the mind of Kurt Angle and what he's feeling, what he's going through now after the fact, because, indeed, he and Brock Lesnar are going to WrestleMania.
I think you hit the nail on the head. He did pull the wool over everyone's eyes, and we're sitting right out, Michael Cole and I, right at the announce table. So, I mean, I don't know what happened when the lights went out. You know what I mean? Like when Brock came out, I don't know what happened. But it was a pretty cool deal they did. And I guess you have to tune in to SmackDown next week maybe to see how and what happened actually. But Kurt. I think Michael Cole said it best at the end of the show. I mean, Kurt might have just bought himself a couple more weeks, because he's going to run into that freight train known as Lesnar next week. At Mania in a couple of weeks at WrestleMania in Seattle.
That's where it is, right? Seattle?
Yep, Seattle, Washington.
Right, thank you. and so, you know, Lesnar's been on the chase after Angle, and Lesnar's been going through Shelton Benjamin, Charlie Haas, went through Paul Heyman. I'm sure he'll slime his way around again real soon. Who else did Lesnar go through? Big Show, everybody. Goes through everybody.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, the whole thing, the whole ball of wax. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's going on in the Hook today?
Nothing. It's dead. Dead bodies everywhere.
Oh,
no,
wow.
Nothing. You know, nothing. What's going on in Houston, Tom?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's your question. You go, yeah, I know.
I can't hear you half the time. What'd you say?
I said, what's going on in Houston?
I'm not in Houston, though. See, you're in the Hook. I'm not in Houston. I'm in Stamford, Connecticut. I live Stamford now. Bruce lives in Houston. I don't, you know, you'd have to ask him.
Well, I'm in Stamford so much lately, I don't feel like I'm from Red Hook anymore.
Well, you know what? This is a beautiful community. You ought to move your family down. You ought to get a place here. In fact, you could probably stay at the old Stanford Motor Inn right by the office.
Oh,
right
yeah.
The office, right, exit 9 right there.
Fine living.
Yes.
A lot of tomfoolery going on in that place at night.
You're not kidding.
I've driven by there at like 2, 3 in the morning going home, and it's a shady little joint.
Oh, no. It's great, man. That nice, it used to be an Indian restaurant there.
I was just going to say, remember they had the Indian joint over there?
Yes.
I remember that place.
Me too.
Famous story about that place. Tom and Draws went there.
With Bruce.
Ate tons of Indian food, and then Draws threw up Indian food all over Mark Henry.
Yes, we went right from there to the ring, and my gosh. Yeah.
What a shock.
Chicken tikka all over the Olympian.
Yes, it was great.
Hey,
what?
You know, chicken tikka, Indian food.
Yeah, the curry jazz.
Right.
Curry. They like all that. That's what them the freaky Indians, they like all the curry stuff.
Hey, Taz, are you doing the Stacker 2 of Fredra Free by any chance?
No.
Okay.
Why?
Well, yeah, I was just wondering. So you sound a little irritable today.
No, I'm just irritable. You know, it's just me.
Oh.
I don't need. What was that? That was a really horrible plug for Stacker 2. I mean, I might need some Stacker 2. Maybe not the Fredra Free, but a lot of us need that.
There was, I know, of course, a time, Taz, where you indeed were sitting at ringside with Michael Cole Thursday night, SmackDown, got a chance to peek at Dawn Marie.
Actually, we didn't, because we were sitting there, and it was like, man, it was like an Austin Powers movie. The top rope was right across our areola.
What? Damn it! You mean?
I hate that top rope.
Me
Yeah,
too.
but you know the areola.
Yes!
Thanks Tim Roach about the areola.
Yeah.
You know he still got that deal on there, right?
I'm sure he does.
I know you hate it, but everybody else loves it.
No, that was actually very funny. Got to put it over.
Richard hear that. What do you call it? Yeah, so the top rope, front, right across it. I'm sitting there. I'm like, I don't believe it. I even sitting at the announce table, I get pinned. No run-ins, no angles, nothing. I do the job. That's what happened. Sitting there, and I thought, all right, we get a little free shot here. Nothing.
Hey, how would you feel about a WrestleMania scenario in which Tommy Dreamer is involved in every match and wins every match?
I heard that. I was actually listening to the show, and I mean, he wouldn't be the first one with the Booker's disease.
Wow. What do you think about the Dixie Chicks, Taz?
I have no idea. What do they got? What's the Dixie Chicks do? I have a line for that, but I won't say it. I don't know what's going on with the Dixie Chicks.
Well, one of them apparently, while they were on tour in London, England, said that they were, of course, they're from Texas, and they said they didn't want it. They weren't proud to be from Texas because that's where President Bush is from.
Well, you see, the Dixie Chicks, someone named Bush. It's a whole crazy thing. Dixie Bush. What the hell? No.
Aren't they hermaphrodites? Called?
My son's going, that's fresh talk, Daddy. He's right. He's absolutely right, it is. I don't know. I don't really care about the Dixie Chicks. They could rot for all I care.
All right.
So
I don't even know what they play. I don't even know what songs they do. They do the little dance songs now? Like Kylie Minogue?
No, they do Smoke on the Water.
Oh, they know Deep Purple?
Yeah.
With fiddles.
Yes.
With fiddles.
With fiddles.
And they howl while they got clamps.
They're good.
Clamps on them.
Yeah, they'd be welcome in the Hook.
Yeah, they hold the Hook. Forget it. They cough them up.
Hey, let's talk. I want to ask you about Brian Kendrick because here's a young man living out his dream. Apparently drove all the way from Olympia, Washington to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to see Kurt Angle take on Brock Lesnar and then seized the opportunity and really embarrassed Matt Hardy last night during his sparring session. As far as birds are concerned, Taz, your knowledge...
Who, birds?
Birds, with your knowledge of birds, how would you rate the Pittsburgh penguin?
Oh, the bird. Oh, I get it now. Okay. Well, that's called ad-libbing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care what Cole says. I still think something with a wing should fly. Because if they didn't have wings, if they don't fly, they should have arms. Because we all have arms. We can't fly.
Well, we have...
I've seen some people do some things that they feel like they're flying. But if you got a wing, you should be able to fly.
What do you think about that, Tommy?
I agree with Taz wholeheartedly.
Well, it's true. I mean, if you got wings, you're going to fly. So what does Michael Cole do? The next day, he goes on the internet and does a search on penguins and says to me, Taz, I have to say you were right. They do have feathers. And wait, is that what he said? Yeah, something like that. And I said, well, do they fly? He goes, no, they don't fly. So he's going to print out this thing from the internet and bring it to me. That's SmackDown. That's my partner, ladies and gentlemen.
With obviously a lot of free time on his hands.
I was just going to say, does Michael Cole need a life in a rapid fashion or what? Looking up penguins on the net.
Did you happen to have a chance to check out the Girls Gone Wild pay-per-view last night?
No, I don't. I don't have cable, and I don't have. I have channels 2 through 11, broadcast TV.
Right.
I don't. And otherwise I would have porno in my home at home all the time. But I don't. Or soft porn, I should say. But no, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to watch it. I would have. How'd it go? I heard it was a big hit.
Yeah, it was Test Gone Wild. Apparently, I think he really bonded with Snoop Dogg. That's what Tommy said.
Yes, and Coach was in all his glory, as you could just imagine.
Yeah, that's a shock.
Yeah, and it was just it was like what you said before, the Booker's disease. Everyone was just putting themselves over. It was kind of funny.
Well, what a shock. That's the way it goes. And let's put wrestlers in an environment where there's liquor and women.
Yeah, it's never happened before.
The boys gone wild.
Sure.
Imagine if the guys from the old Pensacola territory would have been there, Tom, spring break during that time, pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think they were there.
Yeah,
I think they were there.
The Armstrongs and
Arn Anderson, Tommy.
Hey, Tommy Rich there, Taz, me and you. Afterwards, me and you get together, talk about hook days. Yeah, Tommy be
I love
fun.
Tommy. I miss Tommy Rich.
Me too.
He's a great guy.
You're darn right, man.
I love him. I've been to his house.
That's right.
You been to his house, Tom?
Pardon me?
Have you been to Tommy Rich's house?
Yes, I have.
You know about the what is that called? The outhouse he has.
I don't know about the outhouse, but I do know about the track he has around his house. He gets in that Camaro and just rides around.
He's got a little house there. When his wife gets mad, let me go sleeps in that.
Yeah.
It's like a little dollhouse, but it's big.
No problem.
Yeah, it's real.
I'll show you.
Really strange smell in there. I don't know what's happening.
I'll show you two. I'll sleep out here. You and baby sleep in there. I don't care. Got my special drawer right here. Taz will come out and visit me. We'll get in the car, run around the track. Screw you. Damn right.
I'll be rich. Wildfire.
Yeah, I miss Wildfire too. He used to have the best Kool-Aid ever. That's what he had. He had Kool-Aid in his drink. It's Kool-Aid. Wasn't nothing else. Kevin Kelly smoked pot. I never did. Kevin Kelly did.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we were talking about Mr. McMahon, Hulk Hogan, WrestleMania. Tom saw Vince apparently training very hard, very serious, very focused. How many knots on the head will there be at the conclusion of this match?
Hogan's dead. Hogan's dead, man. Vince has got a lot of frustration built up in him. So, I'm not a bet man. If I was, I would bet on pro wrestling, despite what the experts say. But I would say put your money. This is just my opinion. If it's going to be a straight fight, I got to go with Vince. I don't know. I mean, Hogan is in great shape, but Vince is jacked. I mean, and Vince is, he's a maniac.
And we've talked about this before. Guys you would never want to face, and Vince being one of them because he's like a real dirty fighter.
Well, yeah, I think that he's one of those guys you look at and you'd say, okay, I could take this guy. But Vince is very, I think, unassuming to the point where you wouldn't expect it. But I would, because I see in those eyes that I like to think they're shark eyes. He doesn't show his cards too many times either, and I think when it comes to his business, and especially he believes he did create Hulkamania, and he believes he can kill it as well. And when it comes to his business, Vince McMahon will fight you to the death. I gotta believe.
Well, I think a great arsenal for Vince would be to come out in one of those suits that he was wearing in that WrestleMania, that Hogan Vince thing we did last night on SmackDown. Remember those old suits, the powder blue,
yes,
the canary yellow, the pink?
Absolutely.
Yes.
He'd come out in one of those suits, and Hogan wearing the yellow and red. It'd be like a big rainbow festival.
We'd have to adjust the hue and contrast on our TVs at home.
Hugh Morris, no, Bill DeMott now.
Yes, right. Bill DeMott. I got to write that down.
Like rainbow, like Starburst fruit chews. Get a hold of the flavors.
Sure.
The fruity ass.
That, Stacker 2, and
Ephedra free.
Ephedra free and PlayStation 2.
Drive hard.
We're all set.
Yes.
I got all the sponsor billboards. I got them all down.
We got it all in there. Taz.
Except the Xeno. I'm not done. Except the Xeno Saga. You see this one?
Yeah.
I cannot read this.
Did you draw the short straw and have to read that?
Watch the short crap.
Oh, sorry.
That little smart
See?
ass.
Damn it.
I can't hear you, Taz, but at least I don't do that kind of stuff to you.
Well, he's a Weisenheimer.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything.
This is what I do now to sponsor billboards. I make Cole read Xeno Sega. I will not read that.
That one is that is a tongue twister.
Yeah, you got to have like a Harvard degree to read that thing. I mean, that's a tough one to read because it's like not just a Xeno Saga. There's all Sega, but there's all these other crazy computer things in there.
Yeah, we have Nowinski do it. He's got a Harvard degree.
I got to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a wrap.
Yep.
I just wanted to help you out there, man. I'm not going.
Help who?
You.
What are you talking about? How?
I don't know.
I thought you couldn't hear me. Now you hear me. What do you hear me?
It's all a work, man. Listen, I pick my spots.
Yeah, I can tell you like my wife. Yeah. I think I don't know that gimmick.
Yeah, it's all a work, man.
All right. Hey, Taz, listen, thank you very much for your time, and we will talk to you next week. The road to WrestleMania continues. We'll talk to you next week here on Like This.
Great. Goodbye.
All right, goodbye.
I just thought Taz was a little more edgy than usual, because usually when he says something, he just wants you to say, yeah, sure, get on with it. No, that's what I was trying to do. But sometimes these damn speakers suck, and I can't hear them. Or is it just me?
It's the hair in front of the ears.
Yeah, it's got to be what it is. Anyway, we have Randy Orton.
Yes.
Hello.
Oh, I just asked.
There you go. You're asking. He's
Hey!
there. Randy Orton, welcome to Bite This.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing?
Good. You got Kevin Kelly, Dr. Tom, and Tommy Dreamer here
How
as
are
well.
you, Randy?
Hey, Tommy. How you doing?
What are
Dr.
you
Tom,
doing?
Kevin?
We're all good. We're all good. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Of course, besides the broken foot and all, I'm doing great. How about you guys?
Great. Hey, Randy, real quick before we go any further, I talked to Nightmare Danny Davis today. He said to tell you your father in Louisville said hello.
Okay. Well, I'll have
dad.
to get back to him on that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, very
Thank
good.
you.
He's worried about you, concerned about you, and I want to make sure we say hello.
What the hell happened to you, Randy Orton?
Well, I don't really know what happened. It was basically a move gone bad. I ended up with the broken foot. My only thing I can think of is maybe Bubba take some advice. He does those Stacker 2 commercials. Take a few Stacker 2s, lose the weight, and when you land on someone's foot, maybe it won't break in 3 pieces, just 1 or 2.
Wow.
Goodness gracious. I mean,
I heard reports Randy took a flapjack and somehow, I don't understand, Bubba's lat or back wound up under, poor Randy's foot wound up. I don't know how that could happen.
No.
Freaky things.
yeah, you take a flapjack on your stomach, and the other guy's on his back, but you've got to be. Yeah, we got to look at that tape. Wait, there's not a tape.
No, there isn't a tape.
Yeah, it was a house show.
Yeah. Maybe we get an artist rendition of what happened.
All right, so what's the diagnosis now, Randy? Where you at?
Well, I guess I broke 3 bones in my foot, and it's going to be about 3 months for everything to heal. They put me out and they cracked everything back in so it was straight, so it would heal correct. So I just got to stay off it as much as I can and, just let it heal.
Does that mean you have to be on your back? I mean,
Never.
Okay. Just want to make sure. You can still go to the gym.
Are you training upper body, Randy?
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to the gym, as much as I can, and I can still train legs even, but yeah, I'm gonna get it done.
Sweet.
Now, Randy, I've heard a few rumors from the road, stories coming back, as they are, that there's been a lot of action behind the scenes in the hotels, up and down the highways. and that you're establishing quite a reputation for yourself.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No, well, tell us. I don't
this
either.
This is all news to me.
Well, let's just say
yeah.
that Randy is rewriting the record books.
Is that right? What record books would he be rewriting?
The record books of getting more ass than a toilet seat.
Is that right?
See? Not Tommy. Come on.
Wow.
I didn't say that. That was Kevin Kelly.
Oh, was that Kevin?
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, it's Kevin Kelly.
Okay, well.
These are the stories that are coming back, Randy.
I thought maybe Dreamer told you these stories.
No. Why would I share anything of your debauchery on the internet? Because that's how rumors would start, and I would never do that.
Oh, no. Rumors on the internet. No,
I would never do that to you.
Would you care to confirm or deny?
Half and half. Let's just go with that. It's a safe bet, right?
He likes what?
Sure.
Yeah.
But see, there's Randy Orton. I like to tease Randy Orton a lot, and a lot of girls like. He looks like he's a good-looking guy. I'll put him over. He's young. He's on TV. He's on top of the world, and his hairstyle is very, very popular. We like to call him. He has like a Lego head. You know the Lego people?
Yeah.
Where you just attach the hair on top of the. That's the type. Look, there's a picture of it. That's a Lego head right there.
Tommy, come on, man. This coming from a guy who paints his hair on his scalp before he goes.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I seen the hair in a bottle.
The hair in a bottle. You never used it? Oh man, it was great.
I was giving you a chance to beg off of that one. I was going to cover it.
That's okay. I see. He's just jealous. I've had the same hairstyle since I'm 14 years old. No hairspray, no gel. Who's
14? Where?
No, hey, easy now. So my hair's always been this way. No mousse, no gel. And I am follically impaired in the back, but that's okay. A little shoe polish.
Tommy. I love you.
Little shoe polish goes a long way.
Well, Randy, one story that Tommy did tell earlier on, we asked the question of, we're talking about guys taking a lot of punishment in the ring, and Tommy Dreamer, 14, 15 years now?
Something like that, yep.
Veteran, taking a lot of punishment, a lot of abuse. Said, when were you hit the hardest? And he said, I got hit in the groin one time in the testicle area by Jerry Lawler swinging a cane, but recently in a battle royal.
What?
Why are you laughing? Why? Okay, he said that of all people, you hit him harder.
I'm out there to win, man. I'm not pulling any punches.
Right on.
He actually said, he was giving me these forearms, and he said, bro, I've never done them before. So he was practicing on me. When in doubt, just hit Dreamer hard.
Fit Finley taught me how to throw him earlier in the night. Maybe that's the excuse.
Actually, you probably see. I have a hard time hearing too, and probably you thought Tommy says hit me as hard as you can. Actually, he's saying stop. You're killing me.
Stop.
Yeah.
Well, what's up with that? Why pick on poor Tommy Dreamer?
I wasn't picking on Tommy. I said it's a competition, man. I'm out there. It's a battle royal. Every man for himself, right? I got to stick up for myself. I'm sorry, Tommy. I love you.
I love you too. Put on a walking boot. Get back in the ring. Hurry up.
There you go.
Nah, I'm not as tough as you, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, I told you what to do. I popped you big on your message. Me and Randy Orton, we play phone. We just leave messages on each other's phones just to make each other laugh at all times.
I saved it, Tommy, and I've listened to it every day since you left it, and I laugh my ass off every time I hear it.
Chris, I can't get a Winsky. That's funny.
That's tremendous. Hey, so what are you doing with your time off right now? Are you in St. Louis hanging around?
Yeah, Dr. Tom, I can barely hear you, by the way. I'm in St. Louis, and I did some stuff this morning, some radio interviews and some TV interviews, and I'm just, trying to get better. I can't do much, because I got to stay off my foot, so, they're in St. Louis Monday.
Are you coming, Randy? Are you going to be there?
Of course I am, and so is my father.
Are we going to have any updates about your foot? Some of the fans on the internet, just like you did with your shoulder.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, Tommy.
Sweet.
Is there any chance that I also, Tommy, heard, Tommy.
That's
Randy, I also heard a rumor, Randy, that you are going to be modeling for the next Operation game. Where fans will be able to remove broken parts of you, and if you touch the sides, you'll get shocked.
Holy smoke!
That's
I don't know what to say over here other than.
All right, so we'll put that down in the rumor category. Okay, good.
Yeah, you could come back and give Kevin Kelly a receipt for that one.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Okay, great.
You saying he's fragile?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it could be
you can say what you want, but,
No.
you know, Bubba Dudley falls on you, something's going to break. I mean, come on.
I'm wondering how, though, out of a flapjack, that body winds up like that. Somehow something went haywire or misconstrued. It just...
You're telling me, Dr. Tom.
Yeah, well, I just...
I've been running it through my head every day. You know, I don't know what happened. It's just a fluke, you know, but, you know, it could have been a lot worse.
Yes,
it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Randy, all joking aside, I know that this has got to be a major setback for you mentally because every day of that shoulder injury was killing you. How are you feeling mentally right now?
The fact that he had to wear a cast most of his career, so you're lucky.
It could be,
yeah. You know, his
You
arm
could have
never
the
healed.
loaded boot like the grappler.
Will you load the boot like the grappler?
Yes.
I will load the boot. I will load it. I don't know what I'll do with it after that. It'll probably be, you know, I can't walk. I don't see what the point would be, but it probably just hold me back, if anything. No. But I like the cast gimmick. It worked well with my father. Most people seem to remember the cast, you know, when they say his name, so that worked well for him. Maybe something like I could just be known as a guy who really did get hurt all the time.
If you, you know, I mean, is there, again, another rumor going around is that you are just going to have yourself immersed in plaster of Paris from head to toe, and you will be the first wrestler to ever compete in the ring in a full body cast.
Just to make sure nothing else bad happens.
Yeah,
right?
is that a rumor?
No, that's actually true.
Okay.
I went down to Birmingham 2 days ago, and Dr. Andrews down there. He's, you know, world renowned.
He's the best.
Everyone knows about him. What?
Yes.
What's that?
He's the best.
Oh, he is, and especially with the body casts, he knows what he's doing. He took a special course in college. You know, with dealing with body casts, and mine's actually being made as we speak. They took the scan, like I said, a few days ago, and I think I'm supposed to receive it actually FedEx next week. So we'll see how that works out.
I'd love to see the FedEx guy ship that to your place.
Yeah. Well, apparently it folds into a little neat thing you know can travel with because you don't want to wear it all the time.
Kevin's going to get a full body cast, cover his head too.
Why don't I get a penis cast and you can put it in your mouth?
I got something for you.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's degenerated to this, Randy, and I'm
It's
sorry it
name-calling.
happened. Yeah, I'm sorry it happened while you're on there.
I'm very sorry, Randy.
Yeah,
You're
apologize.
young. I apologize.
All right.
You're young and impressionable, and I certainly don't want to lead you down the wrong path.
That's
No.
okay. I'll find some way to cope.
Yeah, we've heard you're on the right path on the road anyway.
Yeah.
So, that's what Tommy Dreamer says.
Randy, Billy V would like to know, is Orton's foot going to hurt him for the rest of your life?
Well, I guess we'll have to just check back with me periodically, and I'll tell him year to year, because I have no idea. How can I answer that?
Okay, well, maybe the doctor would have told you. You don't got to be a smart ass to
Well,
me. I mean, these guys are talking mean to you. I'm talking nice to you.
I don't want to dwell on the fact that the doctor did say it'd give me trouble. I'm just hoping that it won't.
Hey, man, and you don't know about the rest of your life yet. It hasn't happened
Exactly.
yet. So, man, come on, give him a break.
Come on.
Stig 118 says Randy loves ring rats. Well,
What?
I have no clue what that even means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Neither do I, but
That's
he must
something
know me.
I don't know.
And Ringstar says Orton is a playboy, and he is. And God, I mean, I remember when I was 22, and I wasn't hurt, but it was. I was out there, and I was in the trenches too, and we had some fun. Dr. Tom, you probably had some fun back in the day.
Once or twice, I had some fun, but I wasn't hurt either at 22, Tommy. I happened to have fun when I healthy and everything. Hey, but at the same time, Randy, we weren't 6'4", 230 pounds, children
no,
out of
that's
stone.
because you guys worked back then.
You're right, man. You're right.
You could work. He's putting you over. Though.
I heard that. That's okay, man. But the fact is that we know you're going to be healthy. We know this is just a setback, a minor setback, like you said.
Oh, that's what everyone said when I hurt my shoulder. Come on.
Yeah,
he came back better. He got to join Evolution. It was.
And all of a sudden,
Maybe
Randy,
I'll get lucky and I'll hurt the other shoulder next time, so I don't have to be in crutches.
Yeah.
Randy, rumor has it also that you're going to be releasing an encyclopedia set of X-rays.
That's correct, Kevin. Thank you for bringing that up. I actually just got started on that last month. I have a publicist. She's beautiful.
What a shock.
D's. Well, what's that?
What a shock that you'd have a beautiful publicist.
Well, she used to do, she used to dabble in Asian porn, actually. She's from Asia. Did a little porn over there, and she's my publicist now, for my X-ray encyclopedia. I'm having trouble with a P. I don't know what I need to break, off in Tommy Dreamer's girlfriend's butt, to fill that letter. But hey,
Well,
hey,
we've gone to the gutter with the Girls Gone Wild. Why not do it with you? We just
Randy, did you happen to, I don't mean to cut you off, did you happen to see Girls Gone Wild last night?
No, I didn't.
I was so thinking that you should have definitely been there. You and Tess would have been perfect co-hosts for it, along with Coach and Stacy Keebler.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dizzog was in his house.
Well, what did Tess do there?
Basically, Tess had something called a testicle cam, and he was sticking it up every place where you wanted to, he was going for the in-depth reporting, and he was showing it up girls' skirts, and it was wrestlers with alcohol, and Tori did Stacy Keebler did a breast shot off of Tori of tequila. They did that on the air. It was pretty good.
Very nice.
And it was a good pay-per-view.
Cool. Yeah,
and it was young women, 18. Everyone was 18 to 21.
That's a beautiful, right?
Yes.
Young
well,
age.
you're what, 22, 23 years old, so that's
I'm
right up
22, yes.
Yeah.
Nice, healthy, good-looking 22-year-old. Well,
Yep.
good-looking
Before things
22-year-old
start
guy.
to drop and sag,
Yes.
and
Very nice.
but that's okay.
Okay, great.
Anything else you want to share with the world, Randy?
I'm okay. If you guys have anything else.
Well, yeah, you know what? I mean, you have to feel great that you had this opportunity to join Evolution and in one tag match, you and your partner get wiped out. I mean, you got to feel great about coming back, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, I joining the Evolution was the best thing that could happen to me. Possibly. It was great. I was all in awe being there with Hunter and Ric Flair, and of course Bautista and I, we started together. So it really meant a lot, that group of guys, and what better guys to learn from, Hunter and Flair. So hopefully it stays. Hopefully I don't go anywhere. I'm still with those guys, because I got a lot more to learn, and I'd love to learn it from them.
Now that your foot is placed, and I know you need to stay off your foot, but are you going to be going to TVs each week? Has there been a plan established with that?
I have no idea. I'll be in St. Louis, of course, because I live here. Probably over the next few weeks, I'll stay home just because they don't want me on it too much. And then I'm sure after I'm off the crutches full time that I'll start going back to TVs. I assume, but no one's given me any word.
Randy, you've been given a marriage proposal here from Claudia in Santa Cruz, California.
Is she fat?
I don't know.
Ask her for me, and then
hey Claudia, are you fat?
I asked a woman earlier on today. She's a Latin woman who frequently contributes to the show. I was wondering if she had a mustache.
She probably had a hairy lower back too.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's those Latin women.
See, you guys thought I was crazy.
No,
like
no, you're
J-Lo?
not crazy, man. Hey, he's not crazy, man. I know you're talking about.
The hairy forearm.
Yeah, man, I know. She's going to really give it to him.
So, Randy, I know that, Tommy Dreamer said before that in his younger days, he, of course, was an equal opportunity employer when it came to the women.
Sure did.
What's your preference?
Let's see.
What do you look for in a woman?
What do I look for as far as, like, everything?
Yeah, draw up your perfect woman here.
Height, height really doesn't matter. They gotta have big titties.
Easy, kid, easy.
I'm sorry. Big breasts.
Thank
A
you.
nice, firm rear end.
Gotta have tig old bitties on them.
What?
Tig old bitties, yes
Yeah.
indeed.
A tight waist. Abs wouldn't hurt. Beautiful legs. I hate it when girls have those knobby knees. Like, I hate that. Their feet have to be perfect. Head to toe perfect. I love brunettes. Long hair, dark eyes, blue eyes, that doesn't really matter. Full lips, straight teeth, a very pretty voice. I hate annoying voices. I can't stand talking to an annoying girl with an annoying voice. That's one of
And
the
how about age?
Age? Well, what do you think? Young, man. 18, 19, maybe 20. That's going on the high end, but you got to catch some young men nowadays, or they're ruined usually by the age of 23.
So in other words, you're looking deep into their soul.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's all about that too.
Sure.
Of course.
Right.
And give us the one pickup line that always works.
Let's see. I don't really need pickup lines, Kevin. They just come along.
Very
Actually have a lineup. I'm looking out my window now. I have 10 lined up at the door.
It's like Ricky and Robert. It's like the fabulous ones.
Yes.
He says,
No
I'm on
kidding.
TV. Want to hang out?
Yeah.
I'll take off my Lego hair for you.
I can't push off my toes, so you have to do all the work.
I'll let you sign my cast.
Yeah.
You've gotten a lot of mileage out of that one.
Well, I don't have a cast, so...
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
yeah, it's okay. But when I get that body cast, I plan on having all the boys sign it, that whole thing.
Sweet, and then sell it on eBay.
Yeah. Well, I need it. Why the hell would I sell it?
Well, then some river like Bradshaw will be putting Ben Gay in it or something, or itching powder, You'll be out there scratching away in your body cast.
Yeah, you're right. I might need a few.
Yeah, you got to have more than one. Because then it'll get to be really stinky after a bit, too.
Well, the woman that made it for me, of course, used a special material that doesn't stink. It doesn't collect sweat. So I think I'll be okay with that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Sure. Bradshaw probably put something in it to make it stink.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know that back in the day that Tom Pritchard hooked up with Missy Hyatt?
Yeah, I heard that. Tell me more.
Well, I don't think we need to discuss it now.
She wrote all about it in her book.
I heard she sat on your face.
No.
Is that true?
That's not true.
It is?
That is not true. No.
It's not true?
That
Missy
is
Hyatt
not-
sat on your face, Dr. Tom.
No, that's not true. She did not.
Okay, I believe you.
Okay, I mean,
she's sitting right here. She's telling me she did.
well,
Randy's
you're
the
talking.
best.
Yes.
Well, on that note, I don't think we can go any further. Randy, thank you very much for your time, and check in with us from time to time on the rehab trail.
Alrighty.
You know the
Say
route.
rehab.
You know the route.
Randy, you in rehab too?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, Jesus, kid.
Rehab's for quitters.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Hey, I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Thank you very much.
Take care, Randy
Hey,
Orton.
adios.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. That's Randy Orton, everybody.
Jesus
a lot of fun
Christ.
on Bite This. Imagine to be him, 22 years old, big, strong, good-looking guy, money, just out there macking.
God bless him. God bless everyone.
Bless him.
Young,
Speaking
single,
of macking,
good luck. What?
Who?
What'd you do, Mac?
they just had a cool picture of the Slickster on the...
Let's see Slick. Put Slick back. Put Slick back up. Put it. No, that's not Slick.
Down around Houston, Texas.
Yeah, that's down around Houston, Texas, pal. Look at there's me and the huckster.
Matt Up, you keep on asking how many wrestling videos do I have. I have probably over 200 wrestling videos of just tapes from old school wrestling to current wrestling. So there's your question answered.
Hey, that's a good question too.
And Big Bad Buff, I probably wrote stay extreme or stay hardcore. That's what normally I write.
Yeah.
When you sign an autograph.
When I sign an autograph. That's all I got. I got two poses. I got this and I got that. That's all I got. I got stay extreme, stay hardcore. I got nothing else.
He's the king of hardcore. Kevin's the queen of hardcore. But that's in film. Something like that. I don't know.
All right, we're out of time.
All right, yeah, thank goodness we're out of
I want to
time.
stay more.
No, well, you can stay here and do your own show because Matt Dubas and Chris Below and Kevin Wee needs to go.
All right.
Randy Orton's gone. Hey, man, you know what? That was a horrible interview. You just played around. You messed with the kid's head, talked about him being injured. You talked about all this stuff, and you didn't get to any serious questions about, like, asking him how much he bench presses.
Yeah, how much you press, kid?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you press?
Yeah, that takes a long time. Okay. What about those Dixie Chicks? One more time. To hell with you. Look at that. Look at her. Oh, love it or go over to Paul Hyman's house. Christ's sake. That's your old boss right there, man.
Yeah, well, Brock Lesnar took care of him.
Yes,
so
he
that's
did.
okay.
Thank goodness.
Was there a collective, yay?
Biggest pop I ever heard on commentary was when Taz, the week before, said, I know about 75 guys are really rooting for Brock that next week, and Taz made us all laugh. So
Yes.
Well, we're out of time for this edition of Bite This. Tommy, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Hey,
thank
you
you.
are
Pleasure.
more than welcome to come by anytime.
I love being here.
Anytime.
Let's see. Duda!
Yeah.
What are we plugging? Both rock.com and stonecold.com are up and running.
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
Of course, what else?
You want to talk about our WrestleMania plans?
You talk about it.
Basically, we're going to do a preview show that Sunday, probably mid to late afternoon. Stay tuned.
Okay, so anywhere in the 3 to 4 o'clock range?
Probably.
Like a 2 or 3 hours.
We want to give you a nice break before you sit down for Heat and then for Mania, you know.
Right.
Break it up a little bit.
Okay, can fans order WrestleMania right now?
Not quite yet, but soon.
Soon? Do we know this Monday? Tuesday?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know yet, but
and
soon.
That's through video on demand?
Yes.
What's on video on demand right now?
I think we have up there No Way Out.
Yeah?
Might have the Rumble up there, but I'm not sure. But we definitely have No Way Out.
And that's so fans can see the whole event?
Absolutely. Right from their home computer.
Okay.
You can rewind, you can fast forward, you can pause, you can do the whole gimmick. Wow. For $17.95.
Outstanding.
This is the time to plug.
My first ever WWE action figure comes out this month, and I'm very, very excited.
Yes.
And I got a preview of it, and I never, ever have to work out again because I could just show people this is what I used to look like.
That's right.
Because I got a cool WWE action figure,
That's
and I'm
cool.
so excited.
Fantastic.
I'm excited going to WrestleMania. I probably won't be on the show again, but there's always hope. I'm going to work harder the following year to get to the Super Bowl of professional wrestling, the Mecca, the main event. And I got to plug you guys because I love you guys. I love you guys back there. I love the people on the internet. I love everybody right now.
I love everybody too.
Tommy's taking ecstasy, and so therefore he's.
He never took ecstasy in his life. Kevin Kelly smokes pot. I just drank Kool-Aid. That's all I did. I never drank no beer for a match. Never done nothing else. Tommy Dreamer. Tommy, you best hardcore man I ever seen. Matt Duda, you the best producer I ever seen. Kevin Kelly, Chris Valley, y'all's good.
Hey, we had Claudia in Santa Cruz calling in.
Yeah, what about Claudia?
Phones are busy, apparently.
Hey, the phones are ready. This is Claire Center. I'm hot, college girl, baby, and don't worry, because I can do all the work.
Wow.
Randy Orton missed out.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
Randy Orton's pickup line number 53. You're like a good fart. You take my breath away.
Wow. Oh, man.
All right, that's it for this edition
I
of
lost
Like
my
This.
number. Can I have yours?
Who's our guest next week? Do we know yet, Duda?
We're going to hope to have the Hardys.
Stay tuned. The Hardys, perhaps?
Hopefully.
Both Matt and Jeff with
Matt
the new
and Jeff
book coming
Hardy?
out Tuesday.
Right.
The Hardy Boys book in bookstores everywhere this Tuesday. Don't forget Eric Bischoff one-on-one against Stone Cold Steve Austin this Monday night live on Raw.
We're going to plug Brad Show's financial book when it comes out, too. He says he has a horrible story in there about me, and I don't believe it.
I've read it.
Bastard!
And it's not horrible. It is 100% true.
You weren't there.
I talked to Dutch Mantell, who confirmed the story is true.
There's
Dutch-
a Dutchman right here. He hasn't heard anything about it.
All right, then. We're out of time. We're out of Dutchman.
Yeah. All
We'll
right,
see everybody next week here on Bite This. Hopefully the Hardy Boys will be the guests. Check the updates all weekend long, all week long on WWE.com.
Hey, let's go have us a beer.
For
Tommy.
Dr. Tom, Tommy Rich, Tommy Dreamer, all the Tommies. Kevin Kelly. See you next week.